Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 25th of November. I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, now, we saw the rally yesterday. We've seen, well, we'll talk about more about the patterns when we get to the RTH charts, but we're seeing a higher high today. We could be setting up some sell signals here. We've got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing here on ES, and that could fail obviously if we go significantly higher. But actually this is more or less the first area I was thinking we might see a turn, so we will see what happens here. On NQ we got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing as well. On RTY we have a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing. We've actually got a weak 60-minute, well no, actually no, we've got a full 60-minute sell signal fixed at the moment. We could get an even better one if we see a reversal soon. And YM, we've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed as well, but we could be losing that. If we see a break higher from here, then the original targets are potentially on the table, including this IHS from Dyer. We will see how that goes. DAX and the STX already had 60-minute buy signals, and those have made target. And those were looking a little worryingly weak yesterday, but they've now recovered. This is on the way back to a retest this high here. Double bottom has broken up here. We'll see. We've only got that one, really. Nope. Yeah, this isn't a nice double bottom. But the STX one is nice. We will see how it goes. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Okay, and now the first thing to say is we broke back, all of these broke back up over the daily middle bands yesterday, and we made the possible near miss target and almost the full target. So at this stage, I'm inclined to write all of these buy signals on the daily charts off, because they pretty much all made target. Made the possible near miss target and almost made target on SPX. On Qs, made the possible near miss target on Dyer. We didn't have a buy signal on IWM. Hang on, wait a second. We pretty much made targets. So all the buy signals played out. Looking at the hourly signals, that's made the possible near miss target. It already had on IWM. On Dyer, made it to. On Qs, made it to, and SPX, we also made it. Right, so that means basically of all the buy signals that we had, of which there were a lot on the hourly and daily, on the daily charts, they've all now made the minimum targets. So basically, they should all now be disregarded. In terms of the daily band, we saw a significant break over the daily middle band yesterday on SPX. We saw a significant break up. No, actually we didn't. We saw a fairly insignificant break over it on the Qs. Still a visible break, 490 against 487, but that's less than the others. Dyer, we had a pretty strong break. In fact, we traded all day over it. So we closed at 45, and it's at 43, less significant than it looks. Less. And IWM, this had a pretty decent day yesterday, and this one actually gapped over the daily middle band and then went up for the rest of the day. So we've got a really pretty significant break here. Now, if we are going to see a break, then generally speaking, that would be today or latest tomorrow, if we're going to see these reject back below, because this is obviously a key resistance level. If we break over this, then we can go higher, but we don't have a lot of the original buy signals left either. If we look at the SPX one, SPX almost reached the obvious trendline resistance yesterday, and likely will be reaching that this morning, and slightly overthrowing it. We will see. That's a rising wedge. In terms of the initial IHS target, we've made the minimum, and we're likely to open over the maximum at 58,783. So that will be done. Qs, we didn't really have a target on the NQ chart. We did have a nice looking double bottom on the Qs chart. That's got a target at 405, and again, we may be opening there. And that would be over this trend line here, which could be a bearish overthrow, or we could be doing something else. One thing to mention is there is a possibility we could form some IHS patterns here. We haven't done it yet, but if we were to see a retracement here and then come back, we get a nice looking IHS here. And we might get another one of those on the Qs. Looking at Dyer. Dyer, this is the pattern that formed latest and was the largest on the IHS here. This has got a target up in the 434 area. I'm slightly skeptical about reaching that. Certainly, we would need to break the pretty decent looking megaphone resistance up here, which again, we may well be reaching this morning. All right, let's have a look at IWM. IWM, again, we got a nice flag. Again, we're probably going to be testing resistance on that. So in terms of the flags that I was looking at on Sunday night, we may well be reaching all of their resistance trend lines at the open today, or pretty close to it, and we'll have a lot of negative divergence on the hourly chart, and I'm wondering if we might turn there. We will see. In terms of DAX, still kicking around near the highs, still on daily sell signals on RSI 5 and RSI 14, and we are testing the daily middle band as support. In terms of Nikkei, also testing the daily middle band as support. One thing to say on tariffs, I'm going to be doing a post tomorrow talking about tariffs, which really genuinely are an awful idea. But the question is, it's not just about it being an awful idea. The problem is we've got the uncertainty of, does Trump care about the market or not? If he does, then there may be a lot more dithering as the market, because Trump. We could get into a situation where tariffs are imposed, market goes down, tariffs get unimposed, or there's a delay or something. This could be bitty, is all I'm saying. And if the tariffs idea was dropped as a bad idea for the time being, then we can actually see a very big rally. There is a significant question mark over the implementation of the tariffs. I think the will to do it is most definitely there. The will to do it in the face of large market declines, which would, I think, be likely, is more questionable. So it's just something to bear in mind as and when we get into it, that we've been in a news bomb environment for months, and it's not going to get any better. All right, DX, we're breaking up for a double bottom here. That's got a target in the 104.5 area. We've got a daily RSI 5 sell signal, buy signal fixed, and I think that's got a pretty good chance of making target. That said, we've got a weak 60-minute sell signal fixed at the moment. That's getting pretty close to target. I like this double bottom. I think we'll reach 104.75, and I think we've got a reasonable chance of reaching this resistance trend line at about the 105.5 area. CB was looking interesting yesterday as it was testing this rising support. I was wondering whether this might form a larger flag, and it looks like it is, in which case the next obvious target is down here in the 114, the 115 area. So, and I'm thinking it's going to reach that, and then we'll see how it goes. We could have set up some positive divergence easily overnight on the hourly chart, and we didn't. I'm leaning towards seeing at least some more downside. This would very much be the obvious trend line to hit. So that's where I'm expecting it to hit. CL, we've gone up and we've reached, this is something I was wondering if we might do. We've reached the declining resistance trend line. Now, if this breaks, then that opens up potentially a move up into this IHS target, which I've got in the 70.7 area. We'll see how that goes. No current negative divergence. NG, this is a nice flag. It's really not bad at all. And next obvious target is the weekly pivot in the 4.1 area, because that's where the trend line is at the moment. And if we see it break up, well, my lean would be we'd go back up and retest this high here in the 4.94 area and potentially go higher, because we've got an open target of 5.75. On GC, this looks like a bull flag for me, and that's probably because it is. It's so we've got. I haven't drawn in the trend lines. I think it's starting to break up slightly, but it's not an awesome quality flag anyway. But I think this is setting up really for a retest of this high here at 307.2. On SI, in terms of the signals, nothing here at the moment. On SI, we had a buy signal that's made target. We almost made the double top target, not quite, but I think that might be good enough. So we may be returning to retest this high here at 35. On soy, sorry, not soy, HG. HG, we had a potential little level top forming here. That's going back to the highs at the moment. That may be forming a smaller double top or continue higher. I'm leaning towards continuing higher because we've got a retest target at 5.2, and I'm expecting to see that. All right, not a lot to say about from currencies apart from obviously the double top. on Euro, which is the mirror image of the one on DX, is breaking down, and I'm leaning towards that making target. KC, still wondering about an ABC, but this could be a triangle forming. Either way, I think this is a bullish setup. Bullish consolidation setting up a retest of this high here at 430. On SB, nice looking little double top here. Well, not perfect. This second high wasn't higher, but it was pretty decent, and it's reaching the target area at the moment. Keeping an open mind, I am wondering if we've got a bigger picture downside target still to make. CC, nice looking double bottom. Did nothing yesterday. We'll see how it goes today. On wheat, this looks like a flag which has broken down with a retest target at a retest of this low here in the 530 area. On corn, corn wondering about a retest of this low too. On soy, this looks like a bearish triangle. So this would be setting up for a retest, a minimum retest of this this low here in the 990 area. Looking at cotton, had a little head and shoulders. It made target. Wondering about a retest of the low here too. Lumber, I'd still love to see a retest of the high, and we're getting close to it. That could be the second high of a double top as and when we get there. On live cattle, nice looking wedge broken down. Possible head and shoulders trying to break down here. That would have a target in about the 198 area. And lean hogs. Wondering about a retest of this low. We shall see. Okay, so where are we on equities? We are hitting the obvious flag resistance trendline areas. We could see a hard fail here. If we see a significant close back below the daily middle bands today across the board, then we may well very much be starting the process of breaking down from the flags, although the flags won't break down until the support trend lines break. So we will see how it goes. Meantime, if we were to fail in this area, we've got a whole load of negative divergence on the index futures, and we've got some nice flags formed, and this is a potential point of failure. We'll see how it goes today. All right, brilliant. In that case, I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible, and good luck today.